Okay.
Did
All right.
anything pop up?
Yeah, so I have down here where it says links.
And then if you will copy and paste that into the chat box like that, I will copy it and put it onto our group meeting on our template. So
yeah, looking over the instructions for the group assignment and everything, it didn't seem as I don't know, as complicated as I might have been worried it was going to be.
Yeah, and that's what I thought about the individual one too. Like I was kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
Once I got that, I'm like, oh, this isn't too bad.
Mm-hmm. Like, once you've done the reading and everything, and then it says, like, give an example of mediation and arbitration and the differences between the two. I was like, oh, all right. Like I don't know. I feel like I was maybe prepared for something more intense, but maybe it'll ramp up later.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is just going to be finding a time to meet with everybody. So
yeah, does Brianna, does she regularly have a group meeting on Thursdays at 7 then?
I don't know. No, her group meeting was at 8, and so let's see.
Oh, okay. Oh, right now. Okay.
Had one at 7, right?
Yeah, I do.
And so she had one at 8. So maybe, yeah, I'm not sure if hers is every week, and you're only available Tuesdays and Thursdays, right?
Mondays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, well maybe.
I mean, I can meet earlier if we need to.
Yeah, and I'm super flexible for most days.
Yeah. I just have to schedule around working.
Yeah. I'm texting Cord right now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm looking at the template now.
Mm-hmm.
We used her example, and it was I didn't write it down, but it was basically a summary of a guy that owned his name was Trevor, and some of his employees were upset about how they were being treated concerning like their wages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they Cord's on his way, and so they went to their boss, and there was a labor dispute, and because the textbook said it is mostly used with labor disputes, we just said they hired a mediator so they could work it out. It's basically a more complex version of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jin's, I'm going to have Brianna send that to me right now. And then, let's see, because we basically just used their example. And so our question was, we took the example and basically asked which method would be best used, like mediation because of this, and then arbitration of this, and then I think mediation because of this, but that was the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember exactly. I'll ever send it to me if she ever will. And
I like that way of doing that because it's between the two options, but you're giving a wrong reason for the right option, and then the right reason for the right option.
Yeah, and it seemed to work out all right. So might be able to. But yeah, I mean, if she doesn't send it to me, we can just kind of out and then combine them or something. And so, what did you have for your example?
Let me pull it up real quick. I don't see even where I had it saved, but what I had was I had two people who owned a business together, and they were tired of working together, basically. And oh, here it is. I forgot that I just had it in a blank Word document, not because we had to copy paste. So after they start having more and more disagreements, and they decide that they want to split the company and get out. The person thinks they deserve to split the company because they did much more of the work behind it, while the other person was the money behind it, so they think they deserve a greater share in the company. And then I went through and I explained about if they hired a mediator, that the mediator would talk to them each and would suggest a course of action, but that they wouldn't necessarily have to follow that course of action. And then I explained if they used an arbitrator, that the arbitrator would listen to both sides and then make a binding decision.
I like that. And we could even, if you wanted to, we could even do two templates, one for this meeting and one for the other one. And then just, I could submit them together.
I think even though we're doing a broken up meeting, I think we should still do one template, but just have two different meeting links.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. And then, so if we had to build a question for yours, I mean, what would you suggest? We could do. Can you copy and paste your Court's here? Did you copy and paste your example in the?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't have it. You didn't have it. That's fine.
I found it.
Let's see. If I was you, I'd do like a question like, they aren't able to come to a compromise, so what should their next step be, type thing, and then just list mediation because this, and do some wrong answer. Then, so I mean, like just something like they aren't able to come to a compromise because, but they also don't want to necessarily go to court. To their next step be, type thing. Just make it, because I don't think they have to be hard.
Like one wrong answer would be like mediation because it's non-binding, because that wouldn't really solve their issue.
No, not at all.
It's almost harder to come with wrong answers than it is to come with right answers.
No, you're right. And then we do, I mean, right answer would be arbitration, and then wrong answer would be none of the above. I don't know. The example's not. I mean, sometimes I feel like we try to make it too complicated. I mean, and the examples, their wrong answers is like, is this, should he have told her this? No, because, so it's just stupid. So I feel like we make it too complicated sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like in my last class, I found out that I was overthinking this one assignment, and I spent like twice as much time on it than I was supposed to.
Really?
Yeah. So like, I'm finding like I'm doing the same thing with this. Is like I'm kind of like overthinking, trying to come with wrong answers almost.
Yeah.
Multiple choice answer question.
I think so. According to.
Oh, it does.
It does.
Yeah, Because on the template, it gives you the correct answer spot and then the spots for all the wrong answers as well.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, well, Cord, do you have your example? Have you? I guess the question is: does everybody understand what mediation and arbitration is and the difference?
Right, yeah, I've got it.
Okay,
I thought mediation still involved the judge, though. Like, I thought that was still under direction of, like, a judge in a court.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. But in the book, it said it was under the heading that's like solutions type thing. And so I took that. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
well, then they don't go to court. And I think that's kind of I think Brianna, because we met earlier, I think Brianna kind of thought the same thing, that was an in court. But if I can find it, really read it. But as far as I know, it's not part of court.
Okay.
So. Yeah, so it says the vast majority of disputes are settled out of court. Most do not even reach the point where a suit is actually filed. And then it just goes through to say, it's up into the subheadings of mediation and arbitration, showing those examples of the two ways to settle things out of court. And then it basically says the mediator cannot impose a settlement, but an arbitrator's decision is final. So. And then we're pretty clear cut on that. We could fill out the Unit 1 study guide. If that's on your list of priorities.
Let me go pull that up. I started filling out some of that, but also saw that it's split between this week and next week.
Yeah. I mean, but other than that, I don't think we're really supposed to cover a whole lot more.
Yeah.
And even if we like made a Google Doc with the study guide on it,
Mm-hmm.
and then filled that out like on our next meeting or something like that. Because next week, if we're all able to jump on it at the same time, it'll go by so fast.
Well, what time do we need to set up? Because we have to turn that in for sure this week. What time do we need to set up for our meetings?
I'm fine with whenever, basically after 6. Is there a 5th member of our group? I can look. What's that?
I was about to say, what was that last thing you said?
Is there a 5th member of our group?
I thought so. I thought we had like a larger group than.
So did I, but
everybody.
I've only heard from us 4.
Yeah,
Let's
maybe.
see, we're group 7. Oh, no, it's just us. It's just Brianna, Cord, me, and Jared. And so.
Okay.
So I have all of your numbers. So I'll put us all in a group text so we don't have to keep checking our email.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
And then we can set a time up that works for everybody.
Okay.
So,
I like Thursdays a lot if we need to meet an hour later or like 2 hours earlier. I'm okay with that. It's just unfortunately like I have that other group meeting at 7.
At 7?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just add us all. I'll do a group text and then we can figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. And I'm fine with ending this now if you want.
That's good with me. Are you turning it in, or is Brianna going to turn it in?
If she sends me that document, I'll turn it in. If not, I'll just send her this YouTube link.
Okay, that works.
And
Corey, I
that-
don't know if
and-
you caught it or not, but they ended up meeting an hour earlier because Brianna had a meeting that conflicted with this one. Went ahead and they already filled out the template, and so that's why we were just going over the concepts together just to make sure that everybody in the group had a solid understanding of what we were doing in the group meeting.
I'm not sure he can hear us.
I don't know if you heard that or not.
But me and Brianna had some problems earlier. We she could see and hear me, but I could only see her, and so we actually called each other on the phone. So it almost worked out that nobody else could meet because that's the only way that we could have talked. So
I don't know. I often will just have my camera off during group meetings because sometimes in the evening my bandwidth gets real shoddy, and so I just want to preserve it that way without having to also send video when I'm sending voice. So
yeah,
that's the main reason I just keep it off.
I'm sure that's fine. So okay, well, I'll either send this YouTube link to Brianna or she'll send me that, and we'll have it submitted by midnight.
All right, and then when you send out that group text, whatever works out for everybody, we'll just decide that to be our group meeting time so we can all make sure we meet together.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, I'll go and stop the broadcast.
All right, yeah, see ya.